everyone talking about Habit Rouge Dress Code by Guerlain. The notes in this are bergamot, neroli, rose, woods, leather, tonka, praline, vanilla, and vetiver. The rose here I think is done pretty well, even if you're not a rose fan, which I'm not. It mixes with the other opening notes at the beginning. It kind of just smells more like that pink pepper type of rose with like the brightness, not so much like the dry old school kind that can kind of sometimes be more common with fragrance houses like Guerlain. As it dries down, though, it gets a bit more bubblegummy and kind of like literally like bubblegum, not just sweet. And then kind of almost potpourri-esque to me. I guess it's maybe the way the praline is interacting with some of the other stuff, and maybe that and the rose just create something that I am not a fan of. But if you like the way that Guerlain often does fragrances, if you like, say, some of the more kind of regal smelling Parfum de Marly type of scents, I think this would be a good option for you to try, just not my taste. If you're not that into niche and you, not that Guerlain is niche, I guess they're really more designer, but, and you prefer more kind of mass-pleasing fragrances, I would probably skip this, but a lot of people do find it really classy. It has good longevity and pretty good projection. To me, I don't give a fuck about those things if I don't like the scent, but I know those things are important to some people and do kind of play a role in whether you're deciding if you want to try something or not. This is unisex leaning masculine. It's marketed to men, but I think it could pretty easily be unisex too. But yeah, ultimately it's like, you know, kind of fancy and regal. I do like the opening, but by the dry down, it just feels a bit more not my specific taste. But again, if you like sort of like a sweet praline-ish rose with some kind of like old school, I would say, not dated, but yes, more old school kind of classic potpourri-ish scent profile, then maybe this would be a good one for you. And again, a lot of people do really like it. So I'll put a link in the description where you can get a sample or decant. I think it might be discontinued, but if you end up liking it, you can either buy a bigger decant or check, you know, like eBay for a bottle.